Just like an ox is carrying a yoke, what happens? This presses down on their shoulders. And you gotta imagine if you're that ox, like if it's heavy work, if it's a lot, if it's a heavy burden, eventually it's resting on your shoulders and you're like, man, this is heavy. I don't know how much more I can do. I don't know how much farther I can make it, and it's just weighing you down. I don't know how you came in here today, but if I had to guess, some of you came in here today and you feel like you are just being weighed down by the world. You feel like there's just pressure on your shoulders. You don't know how you're gonna make it through what's going on. You're filled with depression, anxiety. Maybe you've lost someone you love. Like, Christmas is a great season, but the truth is for some of us, it's a really hard season, and you're just weighed down by the worries and the burdens of life. The beauty of Jesus in Matthew 11:28 is he's telling us, he's saying, I'm trying to give you a picture. If your burden's heavy, if you feel like it's weighing you down, if you feel like it's pressing on your shoulders, come to me. Give it to me, and I'll take it off your shoulders, and I'll put it on my shoulders. I'll make it easy for you. I'll make it light for you, and I'll make it where you can actually make it through life. Anybody glad that we have a God that takes our burdens and puts it on his shoulders instead of letting us carry it alone this morning? But not only that, I want to show you this morning. The government will be on his shoulders. And Jesus said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest. But then I think there's another picture for us to look at. Jesus goes to the cross. He's been beaten. He's been crucified. He's hanging on this cross. But before he was crucified on the cross, remember, he's mocked, has a crown of thorn on his head, and then he's given his own cross. You can imagine as Jesus is carrying this cross on his shoulders and he's walking to Golgotha where he will be crucified. And the text tells us that, man, it's so heavy and that he's so weak that someone else even ends up grabbing the cross for him and carrying it the rest of the way. But I want you to see this picture today because he said the government will be on my shoulders. And as he's carrying this cross, there's a moment where we go, man, does Jesus really have all rule? Does he really have all authority? Does he really have all dominion? There's a moment where he's carrying this cross where, like, the Jews are thinking, man, Jesus is done for, Christianity is done, we put it out. There's a moment where the Romans are going, hey, I'm glad that we don't have to hear about this drama anymore between Jews and this guy named Jesus. Satan's laughing and he's thinking he's won and he has victory as Jesus is carrying this cross. But isn't this the perfect picture of all dominion, all rule, and all authority will be on my shoulders? Because Jesus got on this cross and he said, I'm doing what no one else can do. I'm doing what no one else could ever even dream about taking my place in. And I'm dying on this cross, and I'm taking what is a symbol of death, and I'm about to turn it into a symbol of life. I'm taking a story that everyone thinks is over, and I'm about to make it just the beginning. And make no mistake today, I died on that cross, but 3 days later, I got up out of the grave, and right now I'm alive. I'm seated at the right hand of the throne of God, and I've got the keys to death, hell, and the grave. What is a cross for a believer of Jesus Christ? It's a picture that Jesus has all authority over death, hell, and the grave. Death, hell, and the grave. Jesus said it will be on my shoulders. Don't forget today that as he carried that cross, he was picturing that I am the victory. I have all authority.